I've been thinking about words lately, our relationship with them, how it's changed. I miss the way we once used words, when there was a responsibility to choose our words carefully, spoken or written, instead of franchising them across a digital echo chamber. I remember when what we said had lasting consequence. Do you? It wasn't that long ago, not as time goes. I remember when our words mattered and carried weight, when the meaning of something actually meant something, and we as humans were accountable for the distribution and consumption of our language. When hyperbole was infrequent and anybody understood what literally actually meant. I miss new words. Not invented words, mind you, those pop culture portmanteaus that McMansionize our lexicons and turn our vocabularies into carousels of temporary horses. New words that were already old the day we met them. New to us. Cornerstones and classics that described with incredible precision people, places, things, and emotions. Words that perfectly captured the zeitgeist before we knew what a zeitgeist was and long before the zeitgeist became inextricably obsessed with the ephemeral. I miss the hesitation that came in meeting these new words, hearing them in conversation from a well-read adult or an overeducated friend, and the trepidation in my first use of them. I miss when being wrong was an opportunity instead of an obstacle, when people corrected themselves instead of plowing through their own doubt with gas-powered fervor. I miss forethought and delivery, specificity, and the understated. I miss anything but speed and volume, the ubiquity of which have become inescapable. I miss the days when like and whatever were the Bonnie and Clyde of our language, most wanted numbers 1 and 2 oral STDs that seemed to proliferate amongst the mouths of the young. The worst we could expect. I miss the pauses in the middle of statements. The jagged edges and sharp cliffs that endangered sentences and kept us rapt with attention. We have sanded those edges and bridged those cliffs with common and inaccurate methods, collectively refusing to publicly acknowledge that we haven't really arrived at our intended destination at all. Like Columbus. I miss relevance and substance and the simple fact that things usually aren't black and white because, well, it just depends. When we talked about nightmares in terms of dreams that awoke us from our sleep in fear, not our banal and overstated daily frustrations when not knowing was okay, as was admitting it, and we were allowed to perform silent postmortems on our own mistakes, not blaming everything and everybody. Not every day, anyway. When we were amazed in the way that kept our mouths open, using that word to describe experiences we actually gazed at in wonder, not a fucking pumpkin spice latte. I miss the days when we proclaimed our love for fewer things and more people before the ratio skewed toward the inanimate. I miss the days before hashtags, when a shared language signified a mutual understanding, not a projected participation. When we worried more about the caliber of what we had said than who had heard it. I miss accountability. God, I miss accountability when repeated false statements resulted in the volume on your personal PA system being turned down, not up. When apologies weren't written with our thumbs, when they came at a cost instead of a tap. I miss consideration both before we spoke and after we heard. I miss patiently percolating our beliefs, pouring them out slowly into specific and desired mugs. Not the 9-second cold brew we throw upon the walls like graffiti. I miss the unparalleled superiority of quiet facts to thunderous opinions when those who spoke but said nothing were ignored, not celebrated when it was more important to be something than say something, when soapboxes were looked at with curiosity instead of entitlement. But I might be kidding myself that such a time ever existed. When objectivity wasn't a matter of opinion but a matter of fact, and adjectives described a part of somebody, not their whole. I miss not knowing what others thought. I fear our words mean nothing now, and nothing words mean everything. We no longer agonize over what we should say or allow ourselves time to prepare for the possible resonance of our contribution. I miss the days when our words mattered, our relationship with them, our collective evolution and mutual propulsion towards eloquence and a spoken elegance that I fear we no longer have the words for.